In this video, I'll be covering Chapter 26, Africa and the Atlantic World. As a bit of context, in this era, foreign trade and large-scale exchange of ideas led to a development of free beliefs and Enlightenment ideals. My thesis states that in Era 4, the exploration period, which was from 1500 to 1800, in African society, it is evident that the creation and growth of the Atlantic slave trade caused a distorted sex ratio, increase in warlike actions, and a boost in European trade economy. First of all, the Atlantic slave trade creation forced a distorted sex ratio in African societies. This is evidenced by the fact that 2/3 of all slaves that were exported were male. Young men who were healthy and strong were preferred by the plantation owners who were buying the slaves from the Europeans because they could do more work. This leads to the second piece of evidence, which states that women were forced to take on roles traditionally deemed for men. For example, in Angola, the remaining population was 2/3 female. This means they had to take on political leadership roles instead of sticking to domestic jobs. Secondly, the growth of the slave trade resulted in an increase in warlike activity. For instance, in order to generate incentive, Europeans began offering guns to Africans in exchange for more slaves. This increase in firearms undoubtedly created struggles for power and territorial issues for the many African tribes. Moreover, because the Africans wished for more guns, they began kidnapping people from neighbor villages to trade to the Europeans. All in all, this created a vicious cycle that, in the end, only supplied people with more guns and borderline war violence. Lastly, the Atlantic slave trade caused a significant growth in the European trade economy. This can be credited to the triangular trade system. First of all, the European trade economy benefited because they were able to trade slaves for raw materials from the Americas. These materials were necessities to create popularly demanded goods in Europe. Therefore, another way the economy benefited from the slave trade was through the increase of exported manufactured goods. To end, as a piece of synthesis, since Africans were influenced by European slave traders, it is evident that a new syncretic form of Christianity infused with native tradition was practiced. This can be likened to the Americas, where syncretic Christianity was also practiced, this time infused with Native American tradition. You can pause the video here to reread over the synthesis. Thank you for watching.